Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Steve, for the intro. Let's start off with a question. How many of you, and you know the routine, so type one if you agree with me or if that's what you want to do, but type one in the chat right now. How many of you want to be a top producing agent? I hope everybody. Let me see those ones raining in there. Everybody. Awesome. Awesome. So perfect. So becoming a top producing agent, it requires a few skill set and things that you need to implement in your business. One of them is how to build a daily routine that is effective. So today's topic is daily routines for top real estate agents. So this is for you, all my top real estate agents that are in the making. So, all right. So just like any other job out there, sticking to a good routine and working efficiently can pave the way for good habits and success, especially in the real estate career. As a realtor, isn't like most other jobs, right? Your time and schedule is all over the place. And I know you guys agree with me on that. So the key here is to navigate your crowded to-do list and honor your pre-made schedule at least as much as you can. Okay, so keep that in mind. The key is to navigate your crowded to-do list and honor your pre-made schedule. So top agent, they stick to their goals and they maintain a steady grasp on their business day-to-day lives. So successful habits can separate average agents from top earners. So while I go through this, think of your routine. Think of your to-do list. Are you sticking to your routine? Are you sticking to your schedule? Are you sticking to your goals? Are you hitting your goals daily? So until you value your time, you won't accomplish anything. And that's the truth. So sticking to a schedule and getting things done when they need to be done may seem tough when your phone is constantly blowing up, but doing so can help you better use your time and form positive habits in your daily routine. So here's some of the daily routines that top agents today they're implementing and how you can work with them and implement them into your life. So I'm going to start breaking them down one by one. So the first one I will go into will be to time block your schedule and stick with it. Time block your schedule and stick with it. So as I mentioned before, sticking to a schedule is one of the most difficult things for real estate agents. Many agents, they plan on prospecting for an hour, but they get sucked into marketing or current listing or speaking with an owner for a long time. And that just derail you from your schedule. So unless the task pulling you away from your routine could make or break a client relationship, chances are it can wait until you have completed the 1 hour of prospecting that you plan to do. So a short text message telling them or telling someone that you call them back in an hour is more enough to satisfy most callers. So think about that. All right. Even schedule your breaks and lunch could definitely help you. So have these designated break times keep you refreshed and on task during a long day of work. Right. So even lunch and breaks, you can schedule that just so you can disconnect from what you're doing. So planning out each week ahead of time can help you achieve your scheduling goals. They say that a good day starts the night before. And the same can be said about a good week. So take time out before Monday to plan out your upcoming week. How many of you do this? Do you sit down the night before after a long day of work? You sit down and say, okay, how am my next day is going to look like? What are the things that I need to do? What are the things that I need to accomplish? So think about that, and the same thing you do at a daily level, do it at a weekly level. So this week I had all these things done. What am I rolling over to the next week and how am I planning my next week? And then breaking down daily. The next one will be to have a great morning routine. Just like we have a great Monday, the start of every week, that's how we want to start our day and our morning. So have a great morning routine. So how do you do that? How do you start your day often determines how well the rest of the day will go. So let's go to the basics. Drink a lot of water, have a fresh cup of coffee or two, and start envisioning the rest of your day. If you already have it planned out in your mind, you'll be confident how it's going to go. So if you're the type of person who is most productive in the morning, then do that. Plan your days to get the hardest task out of the way first thing in the morning. Some agents may like to do this more difficult task in the afternoon. So it's all subjective. It's up to you. How do you feel? How are you comfortable with yourself? Do the things that you're most comfortable with. Checking emails and messages first thing in the morning is also a good routine to get into. Get that out of the way. But don't let yourself get caught up answering non-urgent emails or staying onto social media. So a half hour can turn into 3 hours quickly if you're not careful. It happens to me. It happens to all of us. The key to a successful morning routine is starting off positive and staying fully committed to your schedule, just like we do every Monday. We start the week off with the right mindset, positive messages, good ideas to go along the entire week. But do that. Implement a good schedule, a good routine, a positive routine, and stick to it. That will be a great start for your day. Check your social media and post at least twice a day. That's another tip. Check your social media and post at least twice a day. Now, you don't need to block off more than, I would say, 15 minutes each time you do this. You already know the huge value of your web and especially social media presence. So posting 2 times a day about listings, open houses, or even local events will keep your followers engaged. You're gonna hear a lot of gurus out there. You gotta do it like 3 times a day, 5 times a day. They're all over the place. I would say twice a day. It's a good number, and you can do this within 15 minutes each time. Again, posting 2 times a day about listings, open houses, local events will definitely keep you engaged with your followers. And this is something that you want to do. You want to keep them engaged. People will stop following inactive accounts and definitely won't share or engage with boring ones. So make sure you're staying on top of your social media. Top agents, you know what they do? They have a strong online following and interact with the followers on a daily basis. They also monitor comments or mentions on all of their accounts. Interested leads may comment on a showing announcement, or often leads will direct message you. So stay on top of your messages by checking them twice a day. You don't need to be on social media all day long. Twice a day is more than enough. If the idea, this could be mind-boggling a little bit, but if the idea of consistent posting stresses you out, you could use your post, or you can schedule rather your post in advance. And for that, there's a bunch of apps out there. Steve might know some of them, but there's a bunch of apps out there that you can definitely use to schedule your postings in advance. This will allow you just to do that. All right, you schedule your posting and it will go out the time that you want them to go out. Another tip will be to segment your leads before prospecting. Now, this is a big one. Segment your leads before prospecting. This is something that I would highly recommend that you add this task to your daily routine. Then you can schedule blogs for prospecting leads based on how you classify them. Now, this helps you work smarter throughout the day. You'll be much more effective if you're talking to the same types of owners back to back. I think about it for a second. You wouldn't approach a for sale by owner the same way that you would approach an expire. So this is to make sense of what you're doing. So you'll be more effective if you're talking to the same type of people as you classify them than talking to one type of buyer or one type of seller and then another type of seller. Then you'll be all over the place. So hot leads, cold leads that are old expireds, for sale by owners, and warm leads who open your emails are examples of ways that you can sort out your leads. If you segment them the right way, you could even use some automated marketing tools to interact with them. Like, for example, if you're a Broker Nation, you have Shime at your disposal, which you can segment the type of leads that you're working with. You know, just use a CRM that you're comfortable with, that you like, but make sure you segment your leads. That way you're working effectively and better use of your time. So if you had all your contacts in a general list, automated tags, voicemail, or emails wouldn't appeal to each potential client like they would if they had a custom marketing message for each group. So think about that when you're doing your prospecting. And of course, whatever you do and how you do it, you want to track your daily progress in an effort to constantly fine tune your schedule. This is something that you're always going to be working on, fine tuning your schedule. So track your daily progress to continually fine tune your schedule. So this is the last tip, but a huge one. Top agents do this weekly, and some may even do it daily. So you can implement a reliable and productive way of doing things without first seeing firsthand what works and what works best. So count how many leads you were able to reach out to successfully or unsuccessfully. It doesn't matter. In order to see what time of day your prospect the best, and measure your productivity to see if you get more done with your current client earlier or later. For example, let's say you're doing calls. So what works better for you, the morning or the afternoon? When are they answering the most? So if you track that, and that's just an example, if you track that, you'll be able to tell what's working for you, what works best. Even when things aren't working well, the best realtors stick to the results, right? So once you track it, you'll know exactly where you at, what's working, and then do the same thing that they do. Stick to your results. Work on that and track that. Because tracking your success isn't just for the beginning stages of forming a successful routine. You have to constantly track your progress to see how things change. Aim to constantly improve your efficiency, and your tendencies may change with the market. Now, we're in a different market. So definitely you got to track what's working now rather than continue doing the same thing that you always done. Now is the time to pivot, figure it out. What's working now? What am I saying differently, or what do I have to say differently to attract more clients, especially sellers in this market? If the market is on fire and you can't wait to prospect, you may get more done earlier. So it cools off. You may want to do it later. So it all depends on what you want to do. So make sure that right now the market is on fire. So this is a great opportunity for you to kind of like figure out what's working best. And if you have no idea, if you're thinking, well, I'm just starting off, I don't know where to start off, or I don't know what to do and how to prospect, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you out with this and kind of like set a path, a tailor-made path for you. So a plan of action that will work best. So feel free to reach out to us on that. So every successful agent has their own unique routine, and you need to create yours. So the most successful take their schedule more seriously than others. So everyone has their own tendencies, and finding out what works best for you and repeating that process over and over again will lead you in the direction of success. So keep that in mind. But wait, there's more. I'm going to give you one final tip. Do the heavy lifting ahead of time. That's the final tip. Do the heavy lifting ahead of time. What do I mean by that? Cold calling. Cold calling isn't always the best use of your time, and it can eat away of your busy schedule. So instead of cold calling, we recommend using a technique called warm calling. Are you familiar with warm calling? What is warm calling? So warm calling involves giving your leads something of value ahead of time so you can call them, or you can do the call to them at a later time. They already have a positive impression of who you are and what you offer. So warm leads are better to work with, better use of your time. And Steve can probably expand a little bit on why warm leads works better than cold leads. So again, having him on our side, on our team at Broker Nation Real Estate is a plus, because we definitely have a marketing team on site that can definitely help you with this. Steve, I know you do a lot of the branding training, use of automation by using our Chime, different type of CRMs. But one thing that Steve stresses a lot is the importance of working with warm leads rather than cold leads. What do you want to say on that, Steve?
Yeah, just what you said is a great point. Cold calling, I know a lot of people talk about that. That's sort of the old school way of doing things, but it's not a great use of your time nowadays. You can reach more people in more efficient and effective ways. And calling, there's still a big place for it, like you said, but I'm a fan of what you said is warm calling. warm them up first by making sure that they've seen you on social media, or maybe seen an email or a text from you or something where they know who you are. Then you have a warm audience instead of a cold, and they'll be more receptive. So we talk a lot about being omni-channel or multi-channel and reaching out to your audience through all of these different channels, not just one, not just phone, not just text, but email and social media. There's a lot of ways that you can reach the audience that you're trying to reach nowadays, and in some very efficient ways.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. How to be more efficient, how to create your daily routine. So every day means you're doing something positive, you're doing something that it's gonna pay you back and you feel accomplished. And when you're doing cold calling, that's why we don't, I love the phone. Steve knows that. I love, doing phone calls all day if I have to, but I feel more efficient when I'm calling people who already know who I am, or they already responded to something that I already offered. Those type of calls work better because now I'm building a relationship rather than chasing somebody and explain to them who I am and why I'm calling them for. So keep that in mind as you build your routine. You want to make sure you do have an efficient routine, something that you can stick to, something that you're happy with, that you're comfortable with, and that at the end of the day you feel accomplished. And that's what we all want to make sure we feel like at the end of our day we're happy. All right, so that's Mindset Monday. I hope you find that very interesting, insightful, and that you can implement it and use it in your daily routine. No pun intended. But yeah, make sure that if you need any help with this, again, you can find more information about that, exactly what we talked about today, in the Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Top Producing Agent book, which, by the way, you can get it completely free. You can get the e-version, the ebook online version digital, if you go to dailanrubido.com. Again, this is completely free. This is for you to go over it, see what you like, implement it into your business, and hopefully this will definitely take you to that next level that you're looking for. So do we have any questions? Or feel free to tell us, what do you want to hear next? What are your struggles? What are something that you would like to learn more or expand, for us to expand a little bit more on for Mindset Monday? And I'll be more than happy to go ahead and schedule it for our next one.
Daylon, I know you're really good at time blocking and you talk a lot about being efficient with your time. Do you use any tools that you can share with us about, like Google Calendar or just a piece of paper? Or how do you do your time blocking? What tools do you use?
I definitely use Google Calendar. That's a big one for me. So, and the reason I like it is because it connects with all my devices. So I don't have an excuse not to make sure that I'm not following it through, because I either get on my phone, I get on my laptop, I get on my desktop, I get it on my iPad. It doesn't matter where I have it in front of me all the time. So it's continually reminding me. So I do my time blocking using Google Calendar. There are other apps out there. There's a to-do list app. I have an app. It's I think it's called a to-do list app, yeah, which I use also. But the one that I like and I stick to is the Google Calendar.
Yeah, Google Calendar integrates with everything. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
If there's anyone else that uses Google Calendar, put a 1 in the chat, or if you have any other tools that you use. I'm wondering how many of you use just pieces of paper and do it kind of old school, or Google Calendar, or something else. There's some other time blocking tools out there too, if anyone would like to share.
For our agents, we also have, like, say, like you have transactions going on, right? You want a time block for your transactions too, to make sure you're following through. So for that type of stuff, we have, for example, Back Agent, which is the system we have. Back Agent has its own calendar in there that you can use to time block whatever time you need for your transactions, ongoing transactions and current transactions. We have Shime that can help you with some of that too, as far as scheduling. I see in the chat, Jonathan's talking about Outlook calendar. That's also a great calendar. We don't use Outlook. I don't personally use Outlook, but I've used it before and I love the Outlook calendar. It's really good as well. I'm more of a Google person, like Steve.
Yeah, and any of your CRM systems will have tasks built into it. We use Chime CRM, and we did a mastermind on Friday where we built out a lot of the tasks, and we were training the team to create the automation, and every one of the transactions that they're working daily on, every one of the leads that they're following up with has to have tasks for the next steps to constantly be moving that lead forward through the pipeline. So your CRM, that's another opportunity to set tasks and to organize your time that way, right?
Yeah, most definitely. So Steve, tell us what we have coming on this week.
Okay, so we have a few mastermind groups this week. If you are looking to get any chime training, make sure you reach out to us, steve@brokernation.net, or reach out to Daylon. And on Friday, of course, we have Real Estate Friday. I post all of our events at www.brokernation.events, so you can always see what's going on there. Sometimes it changes day to day. I'm going to put that in the chat. It's www.brokernation.events instead of .com. It's .events at the end, Daylon.
Yeah, beautiful. So stay to continue following up on the events that we have coming up. Again, go to brokernation.events. You're gonna be able to see everything in there. We're working on a list for Real Estate Friday. We're working on a list of topics that are gonna be coming up. We're gonna be announcing those topics, and so you guys know exactly what's coming up and who we're gonna be interviewing. So make sure you stay tuned on that side for the upcoming events, for Steve's mastermind events, and also we want to be working on how to build your brand. I mean, we're in the time that we're in right now in the market. It's awesome, and we got to take advantage of that. So how do we do that? And that's exactly what we're gonna be teaching you guys what to do and how to do it, so you can take the most out of it now. And moving forward, you're gonna be ahead of the game. All right, so make sure you stay tuned, brokernation.events. If you are joining us for the very first time and you want to know more, why are we doing this? How are we helping our agents? Go to joinbrokernation.net. We talk a lot about what we're doing as a company, where we're heading to, and how you can benefit from this. Because again, this company was built for you, the agent. So that's joinbrokernation.net. Steve just put the link in the chat. Feel free to go browse through the website. There's some videos in there. Actually, I think you can access some of the videos that we have done for Mindset Monday and Real Estate Friday if you want to check those out. So go to joinbrokernation.net and you're going to see a lot more information about us and what we're doing for you, the agent. With that said, guys, thank you so much for joining us today for Mindset Monday. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have an amazing week. So stay healthy, and wishing you a lot of success.
And I will go through the chat for this at the end, Daylon. Any of you that are listening and would like the recording for this, put a 2 in the chat, please, and let me know that you want us to send you the recording for this. We do record this and we do send it by request. So be sure to put a 2 in the chat, and I'll go through the chat afterwards and send it to those of you that would like it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
with Marita, and thank you for joining. Good to see you.
With that being said, I put it on gallery mode. I ask you all to unmute and just wave and say goodbye, and have a great week, everyone. And let's wish each other a great week. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Have an awesome week. Take care.
Have a great week, everyone.
Later.
Bye, everyone.
Jalen,
Yes.
when can we speak?
Right now.
Oh, right
Hey,
now.
Call me on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, Mercy.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Thank Okay.
Bye, Mercy.
And
Bye.
thank you so much, Steve. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Maritza. Bye, Esther. Bye, everyone.